Hi. So, if you've watched some of my videos or whatever, you know that I come at this whole dog training thing from a perspective of energy. And, uh, over the course of my life, that's just kind of how I've like learned to relate to things. It's like I'm kind of sensitive. I don't like to get caught up in a lot of social stuff with people, and I've just been kind of more observant of like how energy works and that kind of thing. And now that I'm like full, my whole purpose is like working with animals. That all pays off in a really good way. I'm gonna point out some things. I kind of think a lot of them are kind of a little funny. You might not think they're funny, but I want to paint a bigger picture for people that are interested in really learning how to connect with your dog, because I know what it feels like to like try and be learning something and watching and trying to consume educational materials about how to go from point A to point B and still feel like you're missing something. And that's why I try and make these videos to fill in some of these gaps. Like, you might understand in theory, like how it works, but like, what does it look like? What does it feel like? Like, what should you really be focused on from moment to moment when you're trying to communicate with an animal for real? And sometimes the best way to show somebody what animals really need is to really understand how humans are, and not only how silly that is, but how it just doesn't make any sense to animals. I'm like a black sheep kind of character. Like, I'm not into trying to be a part of that hum of like the hive mind. And it's like it takes a certain, I guess you just got to be wired a certain way. I don't know, but I like the way the animals communicate. People are very draining. So I'm gonna like say some things like, have you noticed how people and all of us, like, and this is something that as you start to work with animals and you start to really try and take control of like your projection of your energy for real, so that you can like be who you really want to be, not just like some product of like whatever emotions you're feeling that day. I mean, that's no way to live. But people are all about drama, to the point where we will like pay to be entertained in a way that just makes our emotions fluctuate all over the place, and we like thrive on that. And for instance, like, some people are real into like horror movies. Like, their idea of a fun evening is to like sit down with some popcorn, and like every like 10 minutes on the TV to be like, bah, ah, like that's fun. Like, I to me that's like torture. I remember the first time I saw the movie Jurassic Park, which, if you're young, that might seem like an old movie. To me, it's like more moderate. Like, it's still an old movie, but I remember seeing it, and it actually, and this might sound weird, but it really aggravated me. Like, I'm like sitting here trying to watch this movie, and I remember by the end of the movie, dude, I was in a straight up bad mood. I was just like, man, I was like cranky. And I just remember, like, okay, I'm sitting here watching the movie, and it's like all of a sudden, it's like, some like crazy dinosaur like pops up in your face, and it's like, what the heck, man? I'm trying to vibe here. Like, stop freaking giving me a heart attack and whatnot. But like my response to that kind of like stuff is like, dude, what? Like for instance, I don't know if you ever had this experience, but like in the cafeteria or something. Like I remember this used to happen in high school, and I used to just think like, am I even like a member of this species? Like some kid will like drop his tray. Like I went to a big high school there. Like we had three rotating lunches, and at any given time in the cafeteria, there was like 300, 400 kids, right? Big ass place, big ass kitchen thing with the line, and everybody had these little plastic trays like prison. I mean, school is just like prison training, basically. It's just like, especially nowadays, dude. Here, send your kid here to learn how to become either a slave or a friggin' prison inmate. But that's a whole nother story. But like, check it out. Like, so like in high school, right? Like, there's like 400 kids sitting, and there's that everybody's talking, showering, and like some kid will be walking back and like drop his tray by accident, and there's plastic trays made a real loud noise, and this kid spills his food all over the place, and everybody's like, ooh. And I'm just like, uh, uh, um dude, like I did not feel the vibe of like the whole group think, like, let's all get dramatic about nonsense. But like you can feel it when people are talking with each other. It's ridiculous. It's just like blah 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 blah. Oh, I heard what you said. Let me one up it with some more. Like, I'm gonna try and get a rise out of you. Like, oh, you wouldn't believe what happened. Like, check this out. And I'd be like, oh, I hear you. Rather, most people, you tell them something cool, you're like, yo, this is a trip. Blah blah blah. And they're like, it's not good enough to like rest in that with you and just be like, wow, how'd you feel about that? That would have made me feel, that is a trip. Wow. Most people are just like, they're like analyzing, like, how can I like frame this about me? And then they'll like, oh, you just like might tell somebody like almost died in like a car accident or something like serious, where you're just like, yeah, this is intense. And they're like, oh, I remember my other friend almost died in a car accident. That was crazy. Like, and they're like talking about like something like parallel to yours, but like from their whole framework. Like, rather than like resting in, like, bro, how do you feel? Like, did you shit your pants? Like, sorry, I don't like to curse, but like, rather than connect with you, they're just like off telling you some story about how like what that reminded them of. And I mean, I do that too, but as far as animals go, when we carry that energy into communicating with animals, it's like, they just look at us like, okay, guy, like, I'm gonna just like not take you serious at all. If your whole like hobby or habit or just way of being is to like seek drama, like scrolling through the thing, like, oh, I feel like that's like why these social media sites are like poison. Like, just poison. Like, all it is like provocation. Ooh, you should feel a certain way about this. Like, ooh, look at what that guy said. Doesn't that bother you? Or look how wrong this person is. Shouldn't you correct them? And it's just like this engagement where like people are just wanting to press at each other. It's like, come on, guys. What are we doing here? Like, I don't, I'm a guy, so you should like go around guys. Guys want to like I'm not going to go there. But I'm just saying, when it comes to like really relating with your dog, if you're just like, I wonder why this dog trainer guy can come in, look at my dog, snap his fingers, and the dog just sits down and looks at him. And then he's like, come here. And they like go and walk around. And then I come in my house and I look at my dog and they don't respond the same way. And I snap my fingers at my dog and they like jump up and try and lick my fingers or something stupid. It's like, it's just the energy. And if you're trying to like create results with your dog that are like vibing for real, you can't live in this energy of how people are, because to animals that energy is like chaotic, and they won't they'll find a way to adapt to that energy, but it won't be healthy. So if you're going to try and create this like healthy chill vibe with your animal, and you're coming at it from this like totally just, I mean, it's like being on drugs. And most people, well, look, I haven't checked stats in a while, and statistics are kind of whack anyway, because I don't feel like anybody ever asked me anything. But it's like something like 80% of adults in this country are on drugs. Like, and I ain't talking like smoking weed. I'm talking like they go to the doctor and they're like, I'm always nervous. I can't sleep. Or, oh, we got something for that. And, so most people are living in like an artificially like suppressed state of emotion anyway. Like, and then they're still trying to create these like spikes of dopamine in their brain, and the only way they know how to do that is to like have drama. Like, it's so fundamentally opposite of like how we're designed to live. It's like we've been like hijacked and like put on a different operating system that's got nothing to do with like how we're supposed to be. And then we're just because everybody is running that program, it feels, well, most people, it feels crazy, but they don't know how to deviate from it. It takes like commitment to like go off on the other way when like everything is pushing you this way, to like go this way. There's a resistance to that. That resistance builds strength. That strength turns into inner conviction to the point where you can now feel confidence in recognizing how screwed up these people were that you used to feel like you had to like emulate. So, point being, I don't really care about people. I care about animals. People will wear you out. They'll act one way and be hiding all this like other emotions that they're afraid to say, or they're just scheming and plotting, or they have some agenda and you're just a part of it. Animals will just look at you and be like, I'm out of balance. Here's what I need. And if you provide it, then they retain. But there's no drama with animals, except, like I said, cats can be a little dramatic, and some dogs can too. I mean, but when you like, they're just mirroring us. So it's like, I'm not kidding. Animals, and trying to really vibe with them for real, it's like the best self help book you could ever buy, because it's just like immediate feedback of where your energy is. And like, if you're trying to relate with your dog and they're just not respecting you, because that's what it is, it's respect. It's like, you don't force respect, you earn it. So if your dog doesn't respect you, then you can either make excuses about why that's the case, just make it like it's your dog's problem and somehow your dog is broken, or you can like look within yourself and just be like, what's my vibe? Am I being coherent? Am I clear? Or am I scattered all over the place thinking a million different things? Animals are like immediate feedback. So take that for what it is. The default setting of humans, what we learn how to be by modeling all the other people in our life, is to be totally like unbalanced, like crackheads when it comes to drama. And just thinking like if something's not like happening that's causing some kind of reactionary element, it's not like normal. It's like that movie The Matrix, when he's explaining to him, he's like, when we built this for y'all, we actually made it perfect, but y'all kept screwing it up. So we had to make it all screwed up. That's like what I'm trying to say. You hand somebody a platter of calm, peaceful energy, and they'll immediately start to try and muck it up and distort it and disturb it and argue with it. It's like people. That's why I don't try and mess with people, because like they might even act like they're on board and still be all whack and just whatever, dude. Get you a good animal and and make it be something serious for you, and you'll be amazed at how your whole perspective of reality starts to change, and you start to see like how fake stuff is and how people just float around from one stupid thought to the next, and the whole time they're oscillating at this like crazy like inner energy that's like literally like it's like I don't know, man. I ain't trying to sound critical. If you ever talk with me in person, you'll know I'm like a really positive person. Like I could pretty much put up with anybody. Like I ain't judging people. I'm like friendly and nice, and I could talk with like anybody. But I'm not stupid and I'm not blind, and I do that as a self-preservation because I ain't trying to get involved with people's drama. So at the end of the day, when you tally it all up, it takes less energy to just be really chill with everybody and really respectful of people, even when they're being rude right to my face. I'll just be like, yo, what's up? Have a nice day, bro. Or like, if someone tries to start shit, excuse me. Someone tries to start drama, it's like, takes two to tango. Go find somebody else to play with, you know? I got animals to help, man. You know? Alright. Cat's chilling. This is my cat, Lottie Dottie. Maybe she'll be famous. I think sometimes people watch the videos to watch her. She's a sweetheart, man. She's been through songs. She's been through it, man. She showed up at my old house 6 years ago, and she was jacked, man. She was all like, she was on death's door, and she didn't want no part of no human, man. Like, she just like, put that food out and get the hell out of here, and I'll come around later and be all. And then finally, she gravitated towards wanting to be involved with my thing. I was just gonna feed her and let her do her thing, but she started to want to keep coming around, and here we are 6 years later. She's pretty much taken over my whole scene. I feel like I'm like a servant to this little cat on some levels, but hey, man, she keeps it real, and she's helped me learn how to be better with dogs. So I'm grateful to little Lottie Dottie the cat. You're such a good girl. Love you, baby. All right, thanks for watching. Part of the reason why I make my videos long is to teach y'all some patience, right? Because, I work with clients in person and I'll be doing something with their dog. And it's like, they'll just be like, what do you do? I'm just like, just give it a minute. And the next thing you know, that the whole thing shifts. And it's like cashing out on stock right before it blows up, or harvesting your plants too early or something like that. It's like, just wait a little bit and give the energy a chance to adjust, and you'll be amazed. And that's what I'm saying. It's all about energy. And energy doesn't happen in like the way that people are, man. You know? The best things you could do to help your dog is like take that cell phone and put it away somewhere. And only use it when you absolutely need it. And don't be checking on it. Get yourself into a different framework, and you'll be surprised at how much animals want to engage with that energy. So that's my advice on, if you're feeling like you're trying to do all this stuff that you're learning about dog training and it's just not working. It's energy. And until you understand it from an energy standpoint, it's always just going to feel like a math equation. And that's not how it's supposed to feel. All right. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.